Thanks for coming by the channel. This is the Powton House, in case you forgot. Today we are working on a customer car. We have this 2016, I think, maybe. I'm not sure on the year, but it's definitely a Honda Odyssey. 3.5 liter V6. Has an air conditioning problem. I've already diagnosed this vehicle previously. The AC condenser fan doesn't turn on. The fan itself flops around in the housing. The motor or the bearing in the motor is no good. I have ground and 14 volts to the connector at the motor and no spinny of the motor, so therefore we got a fan. Let's cut it open and make sure it's the right part. You should always verify your parts before you start your job, because if they're wrong, then your job's halfway apart. Most likely you have to put your job all the way back together and then wait for the right parts. So we're just gonna open the box now. Baby knife. Wow, does it look right? It does look very similar. Connectors in the right place. Little teats on the bottom look like they're in the right place. Getting it around the radiator hose is going to be tricky, but it does have the relief in the top of the plastic for the radiator hose, which is a very good sign. Hopefully I don't have to drain the coolant to change this, but that is a very distinct possibility. But okay, it looks like it's going to fit, so let's get started. Given the age of this Honda, it's definitely been worked on plenty of times. Oh, it came off pretty easily. Negative first, and then when you're putting it together, negative last. Battery is disconnected. Battery tray full of sand. Oh, there's a wasp down there. He's dead. We're gonna come out here and take this plastic off. Oh, hey, I'm gonna pull these bolts. Bang. Bang, try to get this grill out of my way, and then I'm going to try and pull these condenser mount bolts, move that, and then I'll pull these radiator mount bolts, and that should give me access to pull this fan out this way. But it does look like I'm going to have to disconnect my upper radiator hose to do it, which involves draining the coolant, which I didn't want to do. But anyway, part of the job, so we do it. Because this coolant reservoir is opaque, I'm going to take this white towel and just very, very gently dip it into the top of the radiator, let it soak up a little coolant, and pull it out. And it's blue! Pretty sure I have some blue coolant. I do not recommend jacking anything up on dirt, but I'm gonna do it, so don't try this at home. Cool. That's doable. Open the drain. I'll go get my fancy dancy 10mm ratcheting wrench, get these two screws off the top of this fan, and we'll get this upper radiator hose off, slide this whole radiator out this way. Why'd I come in here? I have amnesia. For real, why did I come in here?
A wrench?
Oh yes, my 10mm ratcheting wrench, yes sir, yes, thank you. Oh, there you are. My pliers that I need are already out there. Now, hopefully it's enough. And that looks like I've drained enough out to empty this hose to the point where I can do all that I need. So I'm gonna close off the drain. No sense in draining all the extra coolant out if I don't need to. And I actually think I have more than enough to replace this with new, so I'll set it over there, but I don't think I'm gonna need it again. All right, so now we're gonna reach down into this old fan assembly with these and get these little wire clips off. Can't see. Oh, I got it out. Look at me. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. Unclip this, get him out of the way. It's not that it's attached to anything specifically, it's just blocking the way. And we'll try to pull and lift slightly. Something's holding us. What's on us? What's on us? I don't see it. Looks like maybe a wire for a coolant temp sensor. Bottom of the radiator. Oh, I see the thingy. Look down in there. Look down in there. Look all the way down in there. You see that little tit poking into the bottom of the fan? Little plastic guy all the way down there. We're gonna try and go way down there with this guy. Oh, almost here. Got it out. All right, let's try and pull it this time. Oh, that's more freer.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
A pair of pliers. I Oh, hey, look at that. Now check this out.
It's not supposed to do that, is it?
Not supposed to do that. All right. Baby knife. Just gonna slide it in. Just gonna slide it in. Oh, you know what's holding me up? Just a little bit extra that you need. There it is. Yeah, it's in the pegs. It's not moving around on the bottom. Very good. I like it. Throw a couple bolts back in the top. Should go grab that everybody's favorite anti-seize really quick. All right. That. Get these wire clips. Push it back on. Plug in. Put this back on. This guy. Any day now. Are you gonna work? I mean, I could go get the special ones that are made for this.
You got special ones made for it and not using them?
Yeah, you're right.
What are those called?
Hose clamp pliers, spring clamp pliers.
Why are they so special looking?
Well, if you get close enough to where this touches the clamp, you'll see. Okay, I'm locked on. Now with a simple squeeze of this handle, now I can push this on. Actually, what I'll probably do is I'll go to about there, and then I'll release it, and then I'll go in from the front, and I'll reclamp it. Pull it on the rest of the way. Go in from here. The cool part about it is it locks, so I can use both hands until it flies off the side because I'm not clamped straight onto it like that. For some odd reason, a lot of people really hate these style hose clamps. Wonder why.
I like those clamps. I find them easy to use.
Well,
maybe I should do it next time.
Maybe you should do it next time. Now we're gonna get all of our mounting back on. Like I said, all of these little screws are the same washer, same thread, same length, so you can pretty much pull all of them out, put them back wherever. Doesn't matter that they go exactly back where they came out of. All that matters is you put one back in the hole. And most importantly, by the end of the job, the thing that you set out to fix works. It's also quite important. Otherwise, you've wasted your time, and we are not about wasting time here on this channel. We are about utilizing time to the best of our advantage. Okay, so for right now, I'm actually just going to toss this radiator cap back on so no crud gets down in there. And then I'll put my plastic back up here. Oh, almost forgot. There's a couple of pushy pins that got to go down here. These ones here you don't want to tighten up too hard because they are simply just holding down plastic and it will crack and spread the grill plastic if you do that. So please do not do that.
Well, that looks really good.
Just so much space in here to do this.
Start using a screwdriver.
Yeah. Yeah, the brush broke, so. Okay. Plastic clips on. Don't need this extension, but we're using it anyway. Certain parts of the industry, it's frowned upon to use power tools on battery terminals. However, if you don't let it just hammer itself to tighten, you're not going to break anything. Use it like a regular ratchet and just feel how tight it is. You won't break. This guy back on. This half down there. Okay. We just got to put our sucker tube on. Just make sure there's nothing in our sucker tube. Ow. Coming down. Look at that. I have a fan where I didn't have a fan before. Let me just go get my push pins for that. I got them. Nice and new. Wow. Wow. The whole assortment. My pliers are still down there. Oh. Operation. Looks great. Nice new fan. Very good. Very done. Very done.
How do you feel about it?
I feel pretty good about it. That's
Yeah.
going to be a job done, and I'll send the customer on their way. All right. That's another job done, another happy customer, and they will be returning for more work. We'll be doing a timing belt and water pump kit on that engine, as well as some variable valve timing components and some various other suspension work. So until the next time, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate it while we try to grow the channel. And thanks for stopping by the Powder House. See ya.